Hi everyone, my name is Katie. Welcome to my page Red's Stitchery and let's chat about cross stitching. Today I'm gonna film another video. I'm gonna share with you my dimensions collection, another video dedicated to one brand. Earlier I filmed a video dedicated for Rioles where I showed you my pretty good collection, but actually the most amount of kits I have, that would be dimensions. So today's gonna be a long video. Alert, okay, you might want to go run and shop after watching this video, and I am sorry. I apologize in advance if you have a desire to shop, but that's how I am every time I watch somebody else dimensions kit collection, because every time I see something new and I'm like, I have to have it. However, I will say right now when I was getting ready to film this video, I took from all my hiding places all the dimensions kits I have, and I had a little bit of panic attack. A huge realization, like, Katie, you have enough. If I will stitch just dimensions, charts, kits, whips that I have, I'm good. Consider like average speed of stitching that I have. Next 4 or 5 years, I can stitch just dimensions, and it's crazy. So enough chit chatting. There's empty spot over here. We need to stop looking. So I will see if I have to split this video in parts, but I do want to share with you my kits stash, charts stash, whips, and finished projects by dimensions. I will say I am new at the dimensions stitching. It took me a while to get used to. I will say Saga app definitely helps me to stitch dimensions. Not all kits by dimensions are hard, but before you do want to stitch particular kit, highly recommend it. Try to find somebody who already stitched it and see if they share their tips and tricks and how difficult it was, especially if you are a beginner. Because I was a beginner stitcher when I got my first dimensions kits. I remember I opened that kit, saw the chart, I closed it, and it's still in my kit stash. I'm okay with dimensions now. I have Saga app now, but that particular kit, if I ever stitch it, it's like climbing the Mount Everest for me. And when I'm gonna get to that kit today, I'm going to point it out. But yeah, let's enough chit-chatting, let's showing, because I have a huge collection to show you. I honestly would say if I add up charts, kits, whips, and finished projects, there's probably going to be around 100 projects, kits, stash by dimensions that I own. Half of my collection of everything that I own, it's literally dimensions kits. Obsession went a little bit too far, so I do want to count and see at the end how many of what I have. So let's begin. Charts by dimensions. I told you this story many times, but I think it was beginning of 2023. We found this lady in town where I live, and she is a cross stitcher, but unfortunately she cannot cross stitch anymore because her back hurts. So I bought from her entire collection, and some of these dimensions charts were in this collection. Back then I was like, okay, but now I am obsessed and want to stitch them. And right now the vibe, the style of this particular chart is 100% matching me. So this is chart by Barbara Mock, very famous cross stitch designer. You can see dimensions brand right here, and here's a chart with lots of cute vintagey details. Basically everything that I like, roses, hearts, bows, little like boxes with stuff. I do like how they took this element and put it separately, also added in some kind of cording or maybe even beads of here on top of this little tiny box. Like, this alone looks beautiful. And there's instruction how to. There is a chart, very easy to read, and there's also a key and DMC and Anchor. So if you do see dimensions charts, just charts, that was never intended to be a kit, for sale, you will find inside key and DMC floss. You don't need to purchase, and I don't think you can purchase dimensions floss separately. Also, look at the background, like a wallpaper. So cute. We gotta move fast or we're gonna be here forever. Another design by Barbara Mock, dimensions, a beautiful basket. Same thing, it's just a booklet, there's not much inside, chart, and same key in DMC. This one I wanted to start for like 2 years now. Paul Sweeney, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, I apologize. Butterflies and roses, gorgeous chart, just absolutely beautiful. And again, it's dimensions, same thing, it's just a booklet. Designer, gorgeous. And charts that I'm trying to start for 2 years, I think now. This is collection with Debbie Mom. Dimensions actually has a lot of kids collections with Debbie Mom. Beautiful. Yeah, this winter I think it's gonna be second or maybe even third winter when I'm trying to start this pink tips, ornaments, little cute decorations that you can put around the house during Christmas or winter. It's not particular Christmas, just like winter designs too. Absolutely adorable. I do love how on preview, pretty much almost all of them have a different finish, different ideas, you know, so they're not all finished the same type. So here's look like a double pin kip. We have a square with cording around, oval with cording around, round with different type of cording, and I love how a candy cane matching the candy cane that I think it's a mouse holding. This very interesting idea. I love the bow. I really like the idea of just grabbing sticks and making a frame out of it. Very inspiring just by looking at the preview. Who knows, maybe today, maybe this year will be the year when I start with at least one of these ornaments. I'm really trying to, but right now I kind of got into Stitchy Bag only because I have so many projects that I want to work on and I don't know which one to grab. Like I'm literally splitting in between all of them, so it's turned to be a Stitchy Bag now because I don't know which one to grab. Got frustrated and I hope it's gonna be over soon. Very popular Polar Santa. There is actually a kit. If you like, you can find it on eBay, but every time I see it the prices are crazy, so I've decided I have an original chart. It's never even been opened, like when I bought it, same from that lady. Again, dimensions, beautiful. I saw recently on Flosstube, I don't remember who, but somebody is stitching it and it looks so realistic. Absolutely gorgeous. This one you do stitch also with DMC floss. Here's the key chart. So I'm not going to hunt for the kit if I do have original chart and I can stitch it with DMC floss. This one I found in my local thrift store. Very random black and white animals. I kind of thought it's super cute. As you can see, it's also by Dimensions. Again, it's Barbara Mock. And again, we can make a lot of cute little stuff with all these designs. Wreath, frames, pink tips, towels, all of it. Dalmatian, penguins, panda, cats, cows. I really like the idea of these black and white animals. I thought it's adorable. This one already, of course, has a little bit more than one page because we have lots of charts, but same thing. We have a key in DMC or Anchor, so it's super easy. Just start and stitch. The question is where to find time. This beautiful chart, Guardian Spirit, absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. Also trying to start her so many times, but I just simply don't have time. So many details, so elegant, so beautiful. For the longest time, I thought this is the Rocky Point, but it's actually not. I'm going to show you Rocky Point a little bit later in the video, and we're going to compare them. This is Land's End by Ian Ramsey. Also, as you can see, dimensions. Again, we have DMC or anchor key. Again, very easy chart. I did got a Rocky Point because I almost got a saga for a Rocky Point thinking that's a Rocky Point, but when I got it out just to send the person a confirm that I do have an original chart, I realized it's not. And now I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch this one because Rocky Point is more effective, but like it gives you at least more the wow effect. However, I haven't seen anybody stitching this, so maybe just a preview it's not the best. I don't know, I will think about it. I will say it, I am not ready to say goodbye to any of my charts or kits yet. So we'll see. Eventually, someday, somehow, I will stitch it all. And final chart that I have in my stash. Again, you can find a kit. I actually saw one on eBay recently for like $40, which is amazing price for this rare, amazing find. However, when I was looking for this chart or a kit was nowhere to be found, like nobody was selling them, so I got a chart while I could find it, and now I have a chart. This is dimensions, beautiful stocking, beautiful, just gorgeous. I don't know if I want to stitch on black. I do like the way it looks, and maybe eventually I will find more charts that need to be stitched on dark black fabric with Christmas designs, and that way this will go along with that. But right now everything that I stitch, it's in a very light soft colors, not even in red. It's all like pinkish bluish, so but I don't see it on any light fabric. It has to be very contrast dark fabric. So now I guess I need to find more charts of Christmas in a dark fabric. So there we are. Here's all the charts that I own by dimensions, that just charts, not kitted up, nothing. It's just charts. And let's finally move on to my kids collection by dimensions. Oh, and before I forget, I counted 9 charts that I own by dimensions. Even if I will stitch just these charts alone and not stitch anything else, this is already like 6 months of work, if not more. I don't know when I'm gonna stitch it all, but one day, gotta live forever. If you've been following me since basically day one, some of these kits you will see, but a lot of it, it's new. I actually been saving up my cross stitch haul since May to film you a video, and today I got all the dimensions out of this pile so I can show you all the dimensions that I have, including the brand new kits that I just purchased. And now that basket is like almost empty and I have nothing to film. So I basically just been buying dimensions. We're going to start with Petite regular collection. So dimensions, they have Petite and big dimensions. Petite, it's the small size ones, and the big one, it's the big dimensions. There's a gold collection and there's a regular collection, and usually if it says regular, like you will see the difference, nothing fancy in package, basic packaging. They consider be a little bit easier, but not always. It works that way from my experience. So let's start with regular collection by dimensions Petites. I have this kit right here, and honestly I would never pay attention to it, but 2 factors made me buy this kit. Again, probably 2-3 years ago I saw somebody stitch it on Flosstube, and it made me want this kit so bad because the preview not justifying how gorgeous it is. So you do stitch it on a dark fabric with this bright, yummy, delicious colors. But like, for example, background, you're stitching with half stitch, but you're not stitching these elements. So this is a tree branch. But the far you look, you don't see all this half stitching. You don't see that it's actually not stitchy part. You just see the elements, the shadow. And of course, I've never seen it in real life, but even watching the Flosstube, these light up jars, they do look so light up and bright and beautiful that I knew I wanted. And almost like couple weeks in between I saw that kit in a video, we went to the town near us. They have a thrift store and it was in a thrift store. So I'm like, I think this kit found me because the video was like randomly suggested by YouTube. Then in thrift store I found this kit. I immediately grabbed it. I'm like, yes, this, like, we had an instant connection. This kid was looking for me, I was looking for it. Universe collapsed and we found each other. It hasn't been stitched yet, as you can see. Shouldn't be this hard. It will be a small project, 7 by 5, and it's stitched on the darker fabric. That's probably the only complications I might have because I'm not very good with working on dark fabric. Even though I know all the tricks and tips, it's just very hard for my eyes to adjust. And looking the amount of the floss this kit has, there's literally almost nothing to stitch. And the full stitch looks like only in the jars and the lights around it, but the background, it's all half stitch. So it shouldn't be that difficult. The kit that I'm trying to start again for like probably 3 years now, beautiful, gorgeous goldfinch and lilacs. Every time I need to stitch it so I can take a pretty pictures with lilacs, but lilacs blossoming, kit's never been started. And then I get, like, for the rest of the year, if I don't start it in right time in spring, I lose my interest because you cannot take a pretty pictures with lilacs anymore. So I feel like this coming spring, I will probably start it sometime in March. So definitely by May, I can make my dream come true and make a pretty pictures with lilac. Also very small tiny kit, regular collection dimensions, 5 by 7, which is cool. I like the size 5 by 7 because that way you can find easily any frames in any store for it to fit and you can just finish the project right away. However, I do think I want to substitute the Ida. I think if I will stitch it on even weave, it will be prettier. And I don't like how white looks. Like, I feel like it makes it look a little bit cheaper. If I add any color at all in the background, I feel like it will really bring this project, make it more interesting. And I kind of want some kind of linen even though I don't really like linen, but I think it will make it look like a vintage postcard. I don't know. Maybe that's another reason why I haven't started yet, because I cannot make up my mind of what kind of fabric I want to stitch it on. But same, not that much amount of the floss, just open, start, finish it, all the background, stitch, half stitch. Of course, the lilac itself will be place where we're going to spend a little bit more time because it's a lilac, it's a random crosses all over the place, but the rest of the project seems very easy from the preview. Again, just need to start, but when, I don't know. Same thrift store, same town, just different day. I found also this kit right here. Honestly, like music instruments, the note, like all of this, it's not really my vibe. Even though I think it's very beautiful kit, I got it just to be a donor, just in case. So donor kits, it's basically you just taking the floss, like ingredients out and use it in a way. But the more I look at it, I like just the vibe of it, even though I have no any emotional attachment to it or any memories. Like, I've never learned how to play any instrument. I like nothing emotionally getting attached to this project, but I grabbed it because A, it's dimensions, B, it can be a donor. But honestly, as you can see, I haven't like take it apart yet. All the ingredients is there. looks like it was opened by the previous owner, and it's missing actually fabric, but it's okay. The more I look at it, the more I'm thinking maybe make like a project bag out of it. I don't know. I think it's the roses make me want to keep it because they are definitely very pretty. But yeah, I haven't decided what I wanted to see it finished yet, so that's why it's just in my stash. But as you can see, I haven't made it a donor yet, so I am thinking that maybe one day I will stitch it. This is actually dimensions 2 right here. I guess they used to make kits under this brand. I do have a couple Sunset in my collections too. So Sunset, it's all dimensions. That's why I'm showing you this in this kit, in this video. This was my recent find. Same store, same town, just years later. And it's a wedding record, and I thought it's very simple and pretty and cute, and I want to stitch it. I honestly thought it's very pretty, very vintagey, and I like how it's going to be small, so it can be just put in a frame, maybe in a bigger frame, and like make a Polaroid picture next to it. Like, so many ideas. Or not to stitch this part at all, and change a little bit the chart and make it as a frame and put a Polaroid pictures in here. Yeah, I thought it's very pretty, and I've never seen anybody stitching it. So if you stitched it or you know somebody who did, please share the link or the name so I can check it out. And same day, same store, same town, in the thrift store, I also found this kit. Let's get the preview out so we can see it better. I've never seen anybody stitching it, and even though it's Dimensions regular collection, by just looking at the preview, I can tell this project will take your attention, time, and probably some of your nerves, because look at the confetti, lots of floss changing. Like, I am sure here, like the bouquet part will take lots of attention and time consuming to stitch it without like. The project is very small, but I just know it's gonna take forever for me to stitch, especially if I'm not gonna make saga for it, because so many different little elements. By the way, I do like French knots. I don't know if that's a French knots, it's a cross stitching, because the preview not really good quality. What I hate in cross stitching, it's lazy daisies, and there's here too. For the life of me, I can never make a pretty lazy daisy. However, if we're putting aside all the possible difficulties can be happening with stitching this kit, I do think it's very pretty, and I've never seen anybody stitching it. So when I saw it, I knew I have to have it, and I really want to stitch it. Same, all the ingredients are in here, and out of curiosity, what year that is? 2000. And this one, also 2000. Oh, this one is actually older. This one, it's 1997. But I'm wondering why such a big difference in the kits. Like, this one is older, but this one has older packaging. And I went to Hobby Lobby, and I've never seen such a low price on cross-stitch kits in Hobby Lobby, I think, ever. I think they are slowly getting rid of their cross-stitch kits out of Hobby Lobby, because in the one that we have, I no longer see any kits, cross-stitch kits at all. This one just hanging over there, and I knew I have to have it, because actually there's a Russian Flosstuber, Lara Stitch Power. She stitched it, and I've never paid attention to this kit before, but she stitched it, and I don't know, I all of a sudden have to have it because it was super, super cute. Of course, again, I've never seen it in real life, I only see it on Flosstube, but it was super adorable, and I immediately wanted it, so it's been on my Amazon wish list. So when I went to Hobby Lobby and I saw it, I grabbed it, and then I only realized it's actually on sale, and that got just even better. I do think you still can find it on Amazon. And this is the packaging. I have not, oh no, interesting. That is a newer packaging. So is this one. It's the newer packaging they have. Interesting. You can see how dimension changed over time. I don't know. This package look very simple, but for me this is dimension, and the new white packaging, it's pretty, but it's hard for me to get used to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kits, Petite regular collection. Slowly moving to more fancier charts by dimensions. Dimensions, chart, and charms. So basically that's exactly what is as advertised. You only have a chart inside with DMC or anchor key and some charms. This one I found recently in Shepherd's Bush offline store. Look at all these little cute details. I think it's going to be a very fun stitch during springtime. Adorable. And all these charms, you can see they like right here, lots of them. Of course you don't have to place them, but I think in this particular chart they very like just make sense. Next kit I have, it's Midnight Enchanter. There's also a couple for him, a lady, and she is, even if you find her on eBay, the prices are crazy that I'm not ready to spend off, but she is in my wish list. One day I know she will find me. But here is this gorgeous enchanter. Same in this case, I think all these charms are very needed, like the little star, the moon, the keys, another charm that's on his like elements of his clothing, the star on top of his, I forgot what you call it in English, but you understand what I'm talking about. So another gorgeous kit, and this looks sparkling to me, so I wonder if Kreinik should be in here. And yep, it says right here, other items you will need. Blending filament 002, which is gold. 012, I don't know, but I will assume it's some kind of purplish color, because even on preview it's so noticeable how sparkly it is right here. Also the moon looks sparkly, but this looks more silver to me than gold. Right here, medium braid 16 gold. Interesting. Now I want to stitch it even more. Even this, like a piece of land that he's standing on, it looks so realistic, so interesting. Like the more I look at this kit, the more details I find. Oh, I bet you the gold Kreinik gonna go right here too. So yeah, the more I look at it, the more elements they see, the more desire I have to stitch. And I do truly want to stitch also a couple for him, the lady, but the lady is impossible to find. So here he is. And the third charts and charm collection, I have the Season of the Heart. And in this case, looking on preview, I do not like charms. I think charms, in particular this kit in this chart, make it look cheap, or maybe it's just not a very good picture with the charms. So as you can see, I haven't started yet. It was part of my summer plans because I thought I will stitch it by a season, so this way by the next spring it will be finished. But as you can see, I haven't started yet, and who knows, maybe I will not get to this project this year. Of course I can start at any other seasons, but I've been looking for this one. Charles Wysotsky has so many gorgeous collaborations with Dimensions. They're all pretty and beautiful, but I like them. I like seeing them on Flosstube when people stitching it, but I've never had a desire to own one, to stitch one. So when I saw this kit stitched, I'm like, yep, that's the one that I want to be in my collection, and then eventually sometime in the future to be stitched. So there we go, 3 kits from Charts and Charm collection. Dimensions, Petite, regular collection, gold collection, those are classic Dimensions kits. But the more I look into Dimension, the more I want actually smalls by Dimensions. Those are kind of hard to find. So right now, this pile we're going to call random, even though each of those kits has particular series they came from. But because I don't really have much from this series, that's why I'm going to name them random. So let's see what I'm talking about. Dimensions created this wind chimes collection, right? So when she's going to be finished, can be placed somewhere where she can make a melody. Adorable snow lady, absolutely adorable. Snow, oh yeah, that's literally her name, Snow Lady Wind Chimes. Looks like it's stitched on perforated plastic. Felt for the background comes all of it. You will have to, well, I will have to split the floss myself, but looks like it's very easy. Look at this bright, yummy, delicious colors. Like, it doesn't look winter for me at all. Looks so bright, but no, it is a winter project. Who knows, I will try to find it started as soon as possible, especially because just by preview, I feel like you can stitch it just by looking at the preview, grabbing one color and just working with it. I will try my best, but I cannot promise anything because again, I got myself into stitchy bag just because I trying to force myself to stitch so many projects. So right now I am taking my time, concentrating on one project because I'm really terrified of getting a stitchy bag. Nothing is worse for a cross stitcher than get a stitchy bag and see all your piles of your kids' charts whips and they're not moving. So I'm afraid, terrified of stitchy bags. So I'm trying to avoid it. So I'm trying to stitch slowly, project by project. Banner collection by Dimensions, and my whips, not in my whips, in my finished project I do have a banner with red cardinal, and earlier this year I actually finally turned it into the banner and was decorating during the winter month my door to my stitcher room. So I also have this adorable Santa with all those teddy bear presents, absolutely adorable. Everything including the banner hanger included in this kit, and they have so many more in this collection, and of course I want them all, but I'm stopping myself, okay? I'm trying my best because I'm like, hello Katie, how about stitch what you have first. I also really like Santa's face. It's so simple, but back stitching just truly does an amazing job. Another banner. This one is, I don't see the name, Home Sweetness. We have this like a Candyland home. Of course, I want to add beads over here, but I like the colors. I think I got it because of the colors. And as you can see, it's also going to be a banner. And what's interesting, this one, the edge already like fixed for you, where in this case you will have to fold it to make a banner, because that's exactly what I did with red cardinal. And a banner itself going to be bigger just by comparing this, the holders. And the colors also so yummy, true like candy colors. It will be so much fun to stitch it. I will probably even add 032 Kranic blending filament to white parts just to make it sparkle. It will be cool to make or find for purchase maybe Mill Hill candy cane buttons to add over here. I love the kits that I'm looking at, and ideas just start running into my head and it make me want to create, or maybe just one button right here. Okay, I think stitching bag slowly moving away, and I'm in the mood to stitch so I can make more projects, because all of them are so beautiful and fun. So far, only one item from this series by Dimensions. This is Stone Path Studio. They have so many gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous kits in this collection, and they either impossible to find, B, you do find it but they cost crazy amount of money, C, you do find it for okay amount of money, but the shipment, it's like usually almost as same price as the kit sellers selling it for. But this is more than just a cross stitch. This is the whole process, okay? That's the whole vibe, because not only you will need to stitch, you will have to work with glue and glue your fabric. This is stitch on fabric, I believe, not on plastic. Then you have to make double pin caps, and all of these elements is already in this box. Let me show it to you because I have opened it already, I think, and it's just fun. It's really truly creative moment, and I started with one because who knows, maybe it's not for me, but I truly do want more from this collection because they're just beautiful. So again, I've never done it, so I'm only assuming, right? So this is this bigger part, and we do have this print over here. How old it is, I wonder. It's 2002, so it's over 20 years old. I think it looks great. So I'm assuming we're just going to stretch it like this over that wood frame. So it's going to be like this. And then we have also on the same cut of fabric, this bluish one. And for the bluish one, they already cut it a perfect cardboard size, so we're gonna stretch that. Then look at this amount of floss. There's literally no stitching, and this is it. It's not folded. That's the size of the Ida. This is such a thick Ida. It's way thicker, but there we go. So you stitch, glue, cutting the fabric out to the perfect shape, just like on preview. Then you stretch this mat over this fabric, editing these details, and then you glue this on top of stretch this. So it's truly interesting crafty moment that I feel like it's so many little layers plus so many layers in creativity. Technically, I don't need to keep buying those kits because I do have so many books with gorgeous, I think, what do you call this? Tapia? No. There's a specific name for this type of trees in a... Oh my goodness, I forgot. Anyway, you got me. Basically, you can, with this technique, do any charts at all. Any chart you can stitch on fabric. Any chart you can make double pin cap. Don't have to keep buying this collection. But Dimensions truly do have so many interesting charts for cross stitch in this collection, but I need to start with one just to see if it's my type, not my type. Do I like it? I don't like it. What I'm gonna do with all of them, like they're gonna be a pretty good size where I'm going to display it all. At the same time, I love it because I will have a place, already finished project. Like I don't need to think about how to finish it, where to find a frame, all of it already in a kit, and it's like craft mood inside of the craft mood. Love it. Again, I don't know when to start it, but eventually one day it will be started. Let me put it away and we're gonna continue. Okay, and moving on to Matted Accents collection by Dimensions. Also, they have so many interesting designs in this collection. And this one I am slowly connecting just because guarantee 100% sure I will like it. Again, I just need to find time to stitch it. Starting with the one I showed you before. This is Shells in the Sand. And what's cool about this particular collection, matted accents. The mat already comes, so all you need to do is just find a frame. So everything is in there, you stitch the project, the mat is already here, and then you just need to find a frame, pop it in, and there you are. You have a finished project. Another one I showed you in my Flossmas. I was filming in December. Every other day I was posting the videos. This was the kit during one of that time, so I got it last year at the end of the year. I absolutely adore it. This kit is also, I believe, available without the mat, I think. But Teddy's fall vibe, cross stitch inside of the cross stitch, right? Like we totally can see that this is a sampler that's been stitched by the cross stitcher, put it in a frame on the wall, and now this teddy bear is part of this cute little corner decoration in the room. Same, the mat already comes with the kit. It's very interesting. It kind of looks already like a frame. Same thing, all you need to do is just find a frame and you have a finished project. The name of this one is Teddy's Friend. And a third kit I own by this collection. No, I did not find it for this amazing price. This was sold on eBay. Hummingbird, beautiful. And look at this mat. Has hummingbirds and all those pretty colors of green and pink. In this case, I do feel like it's just asking to change the fabric. Like the Ida is not looking good, in particular this kit. Here, 100% I'm going to keep the Ida. Here I might change, might not, doesn't really matter. But in this kit, it's asking for Ida to be even weave or linen or something. So here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kits I'm editing to my random series just because, you know, it's one here, one there. And let's move on to Gold Collection Petite kits. I thought originally to separate them also in sections, but it will just take forever. So I'm just going to grab whatever lays closest to me and show it to you, okay? Most of them you've seen. So this is plain with the trimmings, dimensions, Gold Collection Petite. Beautiful, adorable kittens. I knew I have to have it. They have cats, Christmas, everything. Love it. And then different collection, but same vibe. But this gives like a vintage Christmas card, and this is more modern-like. This is Meowie Christmas. This is 2005, and this one is 2000. 5 years difference, but I feel like it's the same kittens. This one comes with Krennic already in the kit. Like I didn't add anything, it came with it. This one, it's not. Very different palette colors. Hydrangea Floral, because I love hydrangea. I knew I have to have it. This is, I always wonder what year it is. Right here it says 2020. Beautiful, yummy colors. Hydrangea, I just have to have it. Midnight Snowman, 1998, dimensions, Gold Collection Petite. Adorable, just absolutely adorable. This one also comes with Krennic and a darker Ida, dark blue. Ooh, this is just gorgeous colors. This like midnight purple, but it's very bright at the same time. This is yummy, delicious color. I wonder where it's used. Probably right here in the sky, like that, waves around the star. Beautiful. Wait. Shells that I also cannot start for years now. Every year I'm like, this summer I will stitch the shells, and something always come up first before it. But I do think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's such a must stitch by Dimensions that one year I must stitch it. I just don't know when. I showed you this one in my summer plans, and as you can see, I haven't even opened it yet. I do think it's going to move to a fall project, and hopefully I'm going to start it then. Most likely not, because again, I already have so many plans, but this is gorgeous. If you've never seen it finished, highly recommend to Google it just to see at least on Flosstube. You know, search it on YouTube and see other Flosstubers teaching it. These corners truly look like it's a real corners from like old photo albums. Looks just like that. Like Dimensions truly know how to create a dimension in their kits. Gorgeous Angel. I already showed you in the very past my first kids video, my kids collection video. So this one is 2021, pretty new, but it is pretty cool because it has gold floss, has beads, it has charms. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting, unique project to stitch. You will need to make a cording to connect the star and the moon and angel's hands and all those little elements around it. This looks more like beads. Oh, those are French knots. I thought these are also beads, but I couldn't see them in the back. But no, these are French knots, but the white, it is beads that come in the kit. Also, just absolutely gorgeous. Another kit that I've been dreaming about, I finally found it, and now I just need to find the time to stitch it. Shell Wreath, 1997. I do think it's gonna be not difficult, but it will take time to make all the stitching. Look at that confetti, look at the very often floss changing. The middle will be super easy, but this will definitely take time. This is pretty cool kit because it comes with charms. You can see them in the preview. Here's the seahorse, and there's 2 stars. Beautiful. Beacon at Rocky Point. I feel like this lighthouse gets not as popular, I should say, as others. It's actually came in a lot with other, and I've never paid attention to it, be honest with you. Like the colors I think are so too much, like the colors are just taken and they like make them so bright. But when I got this kit, I spent a little bit of time of looking into details, and wow, it's beautiful. I don't understand why it's not popular. All those little details right here, so worth of stitching this project. And again, one day I will. So many colors, look at it. I honestly think this is the lighthouse that needs more attention, but not everybody like it for some reason. You guys, if you were part of those people that never pay attention to this lighthouse, please look at this part right here. And the sky, it's just half stitch, so that's going to be super easy stitching. Another kit that I've been eyeing for so long and be like, no, I don't need it, I don't need it. But then Dimensions just love taking their kits out of production, and the prices on those kits all of a sudden just skyrocket. And I think for particular this kit, for the longest time there was a huge, not huge, okay, very good discount on Amazon. So I'm like, okay, it's a time. If not now, when? Gorgeous butterfly, ornate butterfly kit, 2023. This one is pretty new. Black Ida, I know, but some kits you like, there's no way any other colors will look good on here. It has to be Black Ida. And we're gonna work with some gold, and look at all these bright delicious colors and how they look even brighter with the Black Ida contrast with them. Gorgeous. Same reason, I've been eyeing on this kit on Amazon for so long. It was a good price. They had a discount randomly on this kit. And it's also one of those that guarantee they are gonna take it out of print one day and somebody gonna stitch it, create something amazing with it, and I'll be like, well, why didn't I got it? Now I want it. So I'm like, I'd rather have it in my stash and then gift it or resell it, whatever, than not to get it and then be sad about it, because there was lots of kits that I already miss because of that. The name of the kit, it's Let's Fly Away, and a regular backside of Dimensions kits. Do you think it's adorable? A kit that I think got in mail yesterday, also never pay attention to it, and then I just started looking into this, and all of a sudden I have to have it. Same effect as with those jars. So all of this you don't stitch. You only stitch half stitch around the sky by you creating the shadow, and now we see trees in the background that are actually not stitched. So you do stitch it on a dark Ida with lots and lots and lots of blue colors. And I absolutely love how it's the light in the house, the light that's showing in the snow, like the reflection, and the waters over here. All of a sudden, it's such a cozy, beautiful project that I just knew I have to have it in my stash. Kit I got last winter, it's coffee shop. There's also a toy store, and there's one more that's been released recently. Of course, eventually I will get to them. Just trying to hold myself, like one day, Katie, you will find them or they will find you. I don't think those kits gonna be taken out of print anytime soon because they are brand new. But this is just very atmosphere, beautiful, gorgeous vibe for Christmas, for holidays, for shopping for the gifts. Just give you the right emotions. Absolutely adorable. So the other two eventually, one day I will also order and get to my collection, but I thought I will start with this one first. And by the way, as you can see, this is the old Petite gold collection packaging. So for example, this kit was released in 2005, and this is new packaging. Dimensions are switching completely their kits to the white packaging, which I would say they look more dramatic with black packaging. I do like this packaging more, but it's a fresh look, different look on a brand, so why not? Eventually we'll all get used to it and it's gonna be just fine. This was released in 2024. Maybe not released, but this particular kit was printed in 2024. So these are brand new, so that's why I'm not really worried about them being out of print yet. So I'm not really in a hurry to get them, but it's always in my mind. I want the other two from this collection. Gold collection, chickadees in spring, another kit with that gold flinch and lilac that every year I need to stitch it. I think it's going to be beautiful in the springtime. It's going to be beautiful for the pictures to take. It's going to be beautiful for the vibe of spring to stitch. And every time I'm like, not this year. So this was also 2024. I must got this year, and I probably thought about it this spring. I feel like I've sewn it before. Again, maybe it was just printed in 2024, but I feel like it's not a new kit. I feel like it's been in the market for a long time. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I've been thinking about it too, and if you pay attention, all background stitch with half stitch, so it shouldn't be that difficult, but there we go. So that lighthouse came with this one, and this one is more popular and beautiful, bright, yummy, delicious colors. Just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I totally can see why it's one of the most popular, famous Dimensions collection. So I'm missing one more lighthouse. It's not really like I'm hunting after it. It's not like I'm really truly trying to find it, at least not yet. The three lighthouses that I have from this collection is, I'm okay with that. If I ever find the fourth one for a good price or selling with a lot, yes, but right now I'm okay with having just those three. Talking about the third lighthouse that I have, it's this one, and this one I got first, and I think I bought it like 2 or 3 years ago, because from all four, this I like the most, and then I like this one, and then this one was selling in a lot with this one, and I never pay attention to this one because it is kind of almost different stylistic, like different style. Like this one is truly looking different compared to styles of these two. However, when I got it, I saw the reason to like it for. Again, it's this bottom part, just wow. So now this is the three lighthouses I have in my collection. 2021, 2011, and this one 2012. So this is the newest one. I think this is very Katie style. So I'm not surprised that I got it. One of my first ever purchased Dimensions kits, it's Mother or Mother Cup, as lots of Flosstubers name it. This is just gorgeous. Again, if you've never seen it finished, I highly recommend to search for it because it's one of the most amazing projects by Dimensions. When I saw it, I was just like, wow, that's like another level, because this look like lace, but it's all stitching. There's lots of special stitching around it. Look at all of that. I've never seen it in actual real life, but I've seen Flosstube by many Flosstubers. It has been stitched, and every single one of them looks phenomenal. So I'm like, okay, I have to have it in my collection. Don't know when I'm gonna stitch it. I don't think I'm mentally ready for it. Like, this is scaring me. I always think like I'm not skilled enough. So it's waiting for its turn. And there's also this. It's one collection, but this been re-released in 2024, and I bought it. This is Treasured Friend. So look, same collection. It is same collection, or at least lots of people always like put them together. And because of the different packaging, this is such a vintage vibe, and this looks so modern, even though the patterns itself, they were, I think, if I have a right info in my head, they are from maybe not one collection, but one time period. But this one was reprinted in 2024, and this packaging, it's original, I'm assuming, from 1997. So how package changing the view of the project, like a lot. Beautiful bird. Never pay attention to this kid, and then at least on Russian speaking Flosstube, it's a boom right now on peacocks. Like, everybody's teaching different type of this bird, but this one and another kit from regular collection by Dimensions all of a sudden got so popular. Everybody's teaching it, and I've seen so many beautiful projects, and I'm like, okay, I have to have it in my collection. Maybe not start teaching it yet, but I have to have it in my collection because wow, it's going to be beautiful when it's stitched. This one was, at least this packaging, released in 2000. Look at all those beautiful colors, including metallic. I think metallic is going to go around the spots on the tail. Just gorgeous. Another lately very popular kit, lots of cute details. Just the more you look at it, the more little things you see that will make you want the kit. That's exactly what happened to me. I've seen a couple of Flosstubers teaching it. It was pretty. I'm like, okay. And then I think I got it from Amazon, so it's easy to find on Amazon. That's the name of it. And I kind of like, you know, did the close up on the picture just to see. And I started literally staring at the preview that Amazon has. And there's so many interesting details. Like, look at this face. Then I'm like, okay, I have to have it. It's not gonna be an easy stitch. the often color changing, the back stitching, so many little things has to be like done in this kit. It will take forever to stitch it just because of the color changing, but wow, it's beautiful, just gorgeous. And now two kits by Gold Collection Petite that I've been hunting for years, starting with this one, Enchanted Cottage. I did showed you before. This one is actually all of a sudden now not that hard to find, and it's also got a second wave of popularity, like at least on Russian speaking Flosstube, everybody going crazy over this kit, everybody's teaching it. So I think that's why I haven't stitched mine yet, because I wanted it because it wasn't popular. I finally got it. Now it got a second wave of popularity. I see it in almost every single Flosstuber stitching it, and I'm like, okay, I kind of, you know, when you see the same project way too many times, you don't really want to stitch it because you've seen it in all kind of stages. So I'm kind of waiting for that wave to be gone and to stitch it because I want to stitch it, not because everybody else stitching it. However, I did want this kit in my collection even before that wave of popularity hit this kit. It's gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous and interesting. You do stitch it on a beige, like ivory color fabric, and all of this, the black, you will have to stitch it. It's all cross stitches. But I think it's done because if you would stitch it on black, then the part that in the middle will have that dark undertone, and it's not what you want for this kit. I think it should be that pretty spring fresh view. So I rather stitch all of this with black than have a black background over here, especially like for the sky. It's not gonna look the same. It's gonna have that dark undertone. So I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna stitch it as it is. Again, just need to find time to do so. And now to the kit that I honestly thought I will never ever will be able to find it, and then I did, and oh my god, this is one of the precious possessions in my collection, Cozy Glen. Look at all of these details. It's just wow. Same, it looks, by the preview, it's not gonna be an easy project. There's a lot of color changing, all of that. The house, actually, you not stitch all of this inside, it's not stitched. Same over here, looks like by the preview it's not stitched. Same over here, the little swans, they also not stitched in the middle, you just backstitch around them. So all of this, it's lots and lots of color changing. The floss that you will have to, well, I will have to split myself, but it's not a problem. I dreamed about this kit for probably 2, maybe 3 years. I finally got it, and the only reason why I haven't started it yet, I am enjoying the moment that I own it. I'm not ready to stitch it yet. Like, I was looking so long for it. It's not like it was crazy amount of money to cost, nothing. It was simply nowhere to be found. Nobody was selling this kit. Eventually I got it from somebody in Canada, so thanks to them, now I have one of my best gems that I own in my Dimensions collection. It's this Cozy Glen. One day I will start it, possibly next year. But right now I'm truly enjoying the moment that I actually own it and I have it in my collection. So timer showed me that it's been 1 hour and we're only done with Random and Petite collection by Dimensions. And right next to me I have a huge pile of bigger projects by Dimensions, and I haven't even showed you yet my whips and my finished projects. So I'm going to create a part 2 dedicated to those, because otherwise it is going to be like 2.5 hour video that I also need to edit, and it's, if you film the videos, you know that it takes forever. So on this beautiful gems, I'm going to stop this current video, and I will see you next week with part 2 on my Dimensions collection. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let me know in the comments if you purchased, after watching this video, any of the Dimensions kits, or maybe you saw something and you're like, you know what, That will be my first dimension kit. So let me know what you think. If you saw anything and you're like, I don't know if I wanted to stitch it or not, let me know in the comments. Maybe next time I'm picking the kit that I want to stitch, I will consider your comment and pick that one, because especially if more people like vote for it, so I will definitely pick something from my collection and start it, so we all can see all the details, starting from how was to stitch it to finish result. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I will see you next week with part 2 on my dimensions collection. It also will give me a time to move more projects to show you in the stitchy updates, because again, the stitchy bug, it's not fun whatsoever. So it gives me time to stitch a little bit more, so I have more fun projects to show you in a couple weeks. But yeah, we'll see you next week with part 2 of Dimensions Kids Collection, whips and finished projects. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I will see you soon. Have a great day. Enjoy your summer. Happy stitching. Don't get stitchy bad. Stitch what you want, not what you have to. Don't repeat my mistakes. Okay, bye.